Welcome to Girl Talk. We're filming at Bella Domicile this week, where we'll learn about arts and crafts style for your kitchen, but we're also going to do a little holiday decorating. Dondi, their lead designer, is going to give us some ideas on how to spruce up.
Yeah,
spruce
easy
up.
too,
Yeah.
which I like.
Easy's good.
Easy's
right.
always good. I want to talk to you, Kirsten, a little bit about the email I received from you yesterday. So I referred a client to Kirsten.
Yeah,
and
thank you so much.
You're so welcome. My
Yeah.
pleasure. You're the best. You're the best in more ways than one. But Kirsten wants to buy me a Christmas tree or a wreath, or she'll make a donation in my name, or talk to us about this.
Well,
She
I'd like to just say that, I get to know my clients so well. It's such a bit, emotional process because it's at home, and then it's also a big financial,
Commitment.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I get to go through all of that with them, which is such an honor. So, and then I don't see them and I lose touch. So I've been doing it almost 7 years now, and I was like, what could I do as a thank you, and where I could kind of see them? So that I've decided to start a tradition that every year, my past clients and people who refer me business throughout the year, I will buy their Christmas tree.
That's so cute.
But then, some people have big, they go cut it down, or they have a vaulted ceiling.
Tradition.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm like, so then you can pick a garland or a wreath. And then I was like, what about people that don't celebrate Christmas? And I was like, well, then I'll do a donation in your name. So
You're covering all the bases.
Got it all. Yeah, that's so
Gotta be
sweet.
something for everyone.
What a neat thing. I mean, how special would that be to have your realtor or your broker buy you a Christmas tree as a thank you?
Well,
I mean,
and if you're a past client or you sent me business and you didn't get my email, please contact me. I need your new information, because some of them are like 6 years ago now.
I couldn't believe it when I got this email. I just feel like all of Madison is going to be decorated by Kirsten.
I don't decorate your tree. I just buy the tree.
Outfitted.
You got to put it on your car and get it home yourself.
there you go. Well, that's just wonderful. I think that's just a really beautiful thing that you're doing. I
no.
love how you give back like that too. You always seem to have some kind of cause that you're working for.
For me, it just feels like I want a reason to see them again. See the kids get older or catch up with folks. Because I don't know, I truly just love what I do, and I love the people, and I don't want to go like, hey, how's it going? And I appreciate referrals. I do, but I want to have a reason to actually talk and not just be asking for referrals.
That's so sincere
And that's why I
and so
refer
sweet.
people to
Yeah, I
Real
love
nice
that.
touch.
That's
Well, speaking of the holidays, it's getting colder, and so Apricot Lane has some great ideas for trends for the winter. So we'll be talking with them later.
Ways to bundle
So
up
great.
and
And-
buy and give back there as well.
Yeah, they do really well with the
Yeah.
give back too. They do a lot of their items are for a great cause, and what a fashionable place. I love Apricot Lane. They have the best stuff. It's just
is.
wonderful.
I
So.
just think it is so cool that they are a mother-daughter establishment, and they really cover the bases for both. It can be trendy yet a little classy. It's just a great mix of things. And they have a big Black Friday sale coming up too, right? And Saturday too, I think.
Yeah, we'll find out. We'll ask them when we come back, because good stuff. Apricot Lane's on
Shopping,
sale.
shopping.
Yeah.
Good. And we'll talk wellness too with Tim from Apple Wellness.
Yes, absolutely.
So much coming, you won't want to miss it. Stay tuned for more Girl Talk.
Welcome back to Girl Talk. We are filming at Bella Domicile. But first, we have got Ashley and Carol Johnson from Apricot Boutique. Thank you for coming. I am super excited to hear all about your goodies and what you got going on. Do you have any events that are coming up?
We do. Well, next week is Black Friday, so we have our big Black Friday promotion.
It's Black Friday already.
Yeah, it is.
Oh
I
my
know, it
gosh.
came by really
Had it
fast.
grabbed up,
Yeah, and then beginning December 1st, we'll have like a 12 days of holidays kind of December kind
fun.
of promotion. So
That's great.
we have some good things coming up.
Yeah, and I know you're doing some great things for Black Friday. So
Yes.
tell us specifically about those promotions and
Yeah.
some giveaways too.
Yeah, we have some giveaways. So if you spend $100, you'll get a free little giveaway. It's valued at like $40, and then we have like a tiered discount. So from 40% off from 5 a.m. to 7 a.m.,
That's
30%
crazy.
off
Yeah.
2 hours after that, and then
Yeah.
for the rest of the day, it's 20% off.
So 5 to 7.
5 to 7.
40% off the whole store.
Yeah,
Right.
that's correct.
Yeah.
That's insane. So
Yeah.
Black Friday,
Yeah.
you gotta go there.
Well,
Yes.
and remember,
So
it's
cute.
unique products, so like
Right.
you can't just go back and get it the next day.
Exactly.
Right.
Once
Yeah.
once it's gone, it's gone.
And on Saturday, it's Small Business Saturday. So we're also going to have some promotions.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
For the
All
business owners that are
weekends.
working, they can come take advantage too.
Yes,
That's right.
Exactly.
That's right.
So people thinking about Black Friday and Christmas coming up, and they're getting their Christmas lists together. What sort of things do you have for gifts?
Well, we brought a couple of the gifts. One of my favorites we just got in these little socks. These are like the little moose socks. We have animals. We have like latte and wine socks. So you can kind of find
Sure.
a sock, for every
Good stocking
person.
stuffer.
great
Yeah,
stocking
great.
stuffer.
And it just kind of, we just smile when we open the box of these. We just kind of laugh.
For
So
the dog lover
Yeah,
or
right.
the cow lover, why
right.
not?
As-
Kinda
in
like a joke
Wisconsin,
sock.
you definitely need cow socks.
Yeah, absolutely.
We have a bracelet here called the Blessing Bracelet, and it fits everyone. And it's basically every bead you kind of think of the blessings that you have. It's just makes a nice gift.
That's perfect for kind of Thanksgiving time too.
Right,
Yeah, that's
absolutely.
sad.
Everything that we're thankful for.
Right.
We do have poopery, and that's been really
my
popular. Everyone
poopery?
thinks that it's a joke, but it
Yeah.
really does work. It's kind of strange, and you spray it in the toilet bowl before you go, and then nobody will ever know. So that's a funny thing, just a stocking
Things
stuffer.
I did not know at
Yeah.
Scotland carried.
That's
Exactly.
right.
Just
That's
a little
right.
funny thing.
That's
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
We do have this purpose jewelry, and the nice thing about this is it is made by women of sex trafficking, and they actually sign the back. So it's just a really great gift. It just has a meaning behind it, and we have a lot of different styles, earrings, a lot of different necklaces. So that's
so
one of
nice.
our favorites.
You guys always are so
Yeah, giving
cause
back.
conscious, and I think that's very sweet and nice that you do that.
Yeah,
Let's
and
talk about this bracelet that I decided I have to own.
this is our Good Works, and this also 25% of the proceeds goes to the Children's Miracle Network. And this
great.
is magnetic, so it's really easy to
So
snap
I'm
on.
not shopping, I'm giving to charity.
Right.
Exactly.
Absolutely,
Exactly.
it makes you feel good.
Yeah, no, that's wonderful.
So yeah,
such a
so that's
cute
another
bracelet,
item.
too. Yeah.
Do you want to talk about this?
Sure. This is our little to-go kit. It's called a mini emergency kit, and it has everything in it that you could think of to use.
I can't believe everything that's in the
Yeah,
little
there's
tiny.
pain reliever, safety pin, earring backs. I mean, there's everything that you would
that's
need.
like a must-have for every woman's
Yeah,
purse.
Right.
exactly. It's
Absolutely,
good for
yeah.
brides too on
Yeah.
their wedding day. So it's a good
that's
little
great.
stocking stuffer as well.
That's one
Yeah.
of those things you could come in and buy multiples and like
Right.
give
Right.
to all your girlfriends.
Right.
Right,
I like
exactly.
that. That's wonderful.
Definitely.
Let's talk a little bit quick before we go about trends because we always like to pick your brain. So what's the hottest trend you're seeing right now? Do you think?
Well,
You want to go for it?
we have the prop
Yeah,
here.
the beanies have been super popular. We've sold a lot of the beanies. We did a giveaway on Facebook that was really popular, so those have been a huge thing. They're
Yeah.
easy to wear and they do keep you warm too. And then
Love
the
that.
scarves
Yeah.
too.
So
Yeah,
scarves
I mean
have been
this
huge.
blush color has been really popular too. So easy to throw on, dress up an outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah, change of
Of course,
style.
winter accessories.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. Well, I think a good tip for folks at home is if you want to look as fashionable as these ladies, you guys
Right.
always look so great when you come
you.
on,
Thank you.
and
Thank you.
it makes me want to shop. So go check them out at Apricot Lane. Thank you so much for sharing all this with us.
Thank you
Very
very much.
exciting
Yeah,
promotions
thanks for
coming
having
up.
Yeah.
Excellent.
All right. Well, we'll be right back with more Girl Talk with Apple Wellness.
Welcome back to Girl Talk. We are filming here at the fantastic Bella Domicile. We love being here and dreaming up our dream kitchens.
It's so beautiful here.
We are going to talk about a very important topic, though, before we get to them. We're going to talk about suffering from aches and pains and some natural remedies, ways that you can get over these things without your typical drugs, right? So we've
Yeah.
got Tim O'Brien, who joins us from Apple Wellness. Welcome.
Thank you, thank you.
As the
Yeah.
senior host here, I'm very interested in this. So the older I get, like I'm certain.
That's great. I love that. But sure, Kirsten. But no, let's talk about kind of before we get started with the natural remedies. What do you think is the root of pain? How does that
Yeah,
sort of
so a lot of people don't
start?
realize it, but inflammation is the root of almost all pain. And so when there's pain in the body, say in your knee, there's inflammation that's actually causing that pain. So yeah, it's inflammation.
Yeah, you hear a lot about inflammation, so that's definitely an important topic, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I was talking with Tim earlier before we started. I'm not too familiar with the Tylenol and the ibuprofen and the naproxen and what they do and what they're for. Can you tell me how you reduce inflammation and as opposed to things that you buy at the drugstore?
Yeah, sure. So actually, even before that question, the ibuprofen, the Tylenols, the Advils, those actually increase COX-2, which is what surrounds cancer cells.
Oh my gosh.
They decrease your body's natural ability to treat pain, liver damage, stomach bleeding. I mean, there's a lot of concerns with those.
That sounds terrible.
Usually
They
it's
don't
like,
put that on the
seems
bottle,
so
do they?
harmless.
Yeah.
Too busy popping pills.
How many?
So to treat it naturally at Apple Wellness, we bring in anti-inflammatories into the picture. And my favorite anti-inflammatory is curcumin, which comes from turmeric, the Indian spice. It's what colors curry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I cook with. Well, you say it differently than I've been pronouncing it.
Turmeric, tomato.
Are there a variety of different ones, or is that the main one for reducing inflammation?
There's a bunch of different ones. I mean, bromelain, your quercetin, hyaluronic acid, vitamin C is
how do you-
anti-inflammatory.
How do you determine which one would be the right one to go with?
Yeah, so BCM95 curcumin, which again is the active ingredient from turmeric, the Indian spice, is the most powerful natural anti-inflammatory we know about. There's a lot of studies going on all over the earth, but Baylor University, for example. So that's where we've seen the most relief from inflammation.
Okay.
Very good.
Yeah.
So some of these natural products that you have to offer, when we're coming into Apple Wellness, I mean, is there somebody there that can kind of help guide us to, can we just come in and describe our aches and pains and get someone to help us out? Because I'd be clueless.
Yeah. When you come into a store like ours, there's thousands of products. You're going, what do I even do? And so part of what we try to do is to be someone that's on your team that can say, okay, you have this issue, here's this nutrient to address that. And pain happens to be the number one. So we're able to look at all the different anti-inflammatories. What kind of pain do you have?
Right.
And what's the best way to treat that? So absolutely, yeah, we help you along in
I
that.
need your help.
What? That's so cool that you're helping someone every day naturally, which is so great. So, what do you recommend for reducing pain itself, and how fast does it work?
Yeah.
What's in it?
Yeah, our favorite product for pain treatment is a product called Curamin. It's an anti-inflammatory product containing the curcumin, but it also contains boswellia, which comes from frankincense, a real powerful synergistic anti-inflammatory. And the third nutrient in the product is DLPA. It's an amino acid, DL-phenylalanine, actually strengthens your body's natural ability to treat that pain and inflammation. If you remember, the drugs weaken your core.
Right.
Well, this is something that's actually strengthening it, so it gets kind of exciting. So a product called Curamin is what we really recommend.
So it
Yeah,
sounds
and-
like all the ingredients kind of work together to tackle the problem.
Yeah,
and
and about-
complement each other.
Yeah, and about 45 minutes is the average time where
Really?
people, not where they're 100%, but where they feel a difference already working. So yeah, you get that synergy.
So are there any side effects with any of these natural remedies?
I don't pronounce them. Come on, Kirsten.
Yeah, say them all. DL-phenylalanine.
Human and amino acids.
Yeah, you did it.
I'm just gonna go see Tim because I don't know.
That's the great thing too, is we're not looking at side effect. We don't hear contraindications, no addictive purposes to it. You can go on it, off of it as needed, and since it's working so quickly, you can use it similar to an ibuprofen, except without those side effects and deficiencies that
No
causes.
stomach bleeding?
Yeah.
Well, you should get a medal for not only knowing all this, but being able to pronounce it, to Kirsten's point. But no, natural's the way to go. So I appreciate your knowledge on that. And make sure you go see them over at Apple Wellness, and they'll take care of all your ailment needs, right?
Naturally.
Thank you, Tim O'Brien.
Thanks, girls.
Well, stick around because after the break, we finally are going to get a chance to sit down with the experts here at Bella Domicile. They're going to tell us what an arts and crafts kitchen is and how you can get one. Stay tuned for more Girl Talk.
Welcome back to Girl Talk. We're filming at Bella Domicile, and we're learning something new today, which we love about our jobs here. We are meeting with Dondi Zombat-Falvey. She's the lead designer at Bella Domicile, and we're going to learn about arts and crafts style for your kitchen. Thanks for teaching us and joining us today.
Appreciate it. And we're actually standing in front of an arts and crafts display. And a little history, arts and crafts style got its start in the late 1800s and early 1900s. That's when the Industrial Revolution was going crazy. And the reputation of mass-produced goods was not very good. And so the arts and crafts style was kind of born of getting back to nature and getting simple design and showing craftsmanship in the materials and the cabinets and the furniture that was built.
It's beautiful.
So, thanks. So some of the elements that you'll always see in a craftsman arts and crafts display would be very simple lines. So if you look at these doors, you'll see a very simple line, very simple edge detail. If the moldings, they're very simple, very straight, vertical and horizontal, so some very simple looks there.
Yeah.
Another thing that'll be very prominent in arts and crafts is the materials. So the natural materials are going to be fashion forward, if you will. So these are oak, quarter sawn oak cabinets, and you'll see a lot of that. There will not be any painted cabinets in an arts and crafts style.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I was wondering some of the details that make it arts and crafts,
Right.
and so that's one of the things. So it's going to be real wood,
Real wood,
not painted.
very simple lines, and if there is any ornamentation, it's going to be very geometric. So if you look at the doors up here, the mullion doors, see it's a very simple, very rectangular and square.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you, what kind of doors complement arts and crafts style the best?
Well, this is a very simple one, which is nice. This is a raised panel, which is probably not the most common. Probably the most common would be something like this. So you're seeing a very simple line, but it's a recessed panel, recessed drawer front. You could also see something like this. It's a simpler version, pardon me. So this has just a little wider style and rail. And then also popular would be just a plain flat,
Plain. I like
just a plain
that.
flat. So
Yeah.
once again,
You do like the
Yeah.
more kind of
I'm
sleek
simple,
real
simple,
simple.
simple,
Yeah.
simple, simple.
I like that a lot. So let's talk a little bit about the molding details. You mentioned some of the tops that we see. How would a client choose which molding detail they like and just how to incorporate that into the design that they're choosing?
Well, even within that style, there's still always going to be options.
Okay.
So just to show you, this is a very traditional crown molding with a rope, so you can see the difference here. Very simple line.
Right.
Now, if you wanted to do something a little different with an arts and crafts, this is a very simple crown molding that you could do. This is an ornamentation that might be on a crown molding, so you can see very geometric once again.
So that's more like an addition that you could put into one of these options.
Exactly,
potentially. Okay.
exactly.
Kind of jazz it up a little.
Exactly.
Perfect.
And you were mentioning the ones over there too.
Yeah, so these are, a lot of times we might use table legs, chair legs, so you can see the one on the end there.
This one, right?
Very square, simple lines. It's tapered at the end. Now compare that one to the one on the left
far
there.
left,
Very
right.
kind of that turned post leg. So obviously you wouldn't mistake that turn post for something very simple.
And you mentioned there's a couple other options over here too.
Yeah, absolutely.
So these two are the arts and crafts.
Yes, and another one that you commonly see is a tapered leg where it's wider at the bottom, but
I
it's
like those.
very, very straight and simple lines.
I like those.
Very pretty. I like the simple. And I didn't know that arts and crafts was such a simple, clean line. So I like that a lot.
Yeah, less is more.
Less is more. Absolutely. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So what are the takeaways for customers that are thinking about the arts and crafts style for their kitchen?
Some things to think about. For one thing, it's a very popular style here in the Midwest. The Prairie School of Design started in Chicago. We have a huge amount of Frank Lloyd Wright influence in our area. We have Taliesin. So it's a very popular style here in the Midwest and in Wisconsin in particular. But another neat thing about the style is by making some simple changes. Here's an example of a very craftsman hardware. It's hammered. It's showing the craftsmanship, very very kind of a rustic. But if you would change a few of the details, say go to a simpler line with the hardware, go to a more streamlined crown molding, you can actually update the style to something that's very transitional. So it's a style that, if you kind of get tired of that, it transitions into the next.
So you're saying you don't have to overhaul your kitchen?
You don't
or
have to
can just-
overhaul your whole kitchen. By changing the lighting fixtures, maybe the stools, for example. This is an example of a very arts and crafts, very simple lines, iron work, There's a wood stool,
Non-painted, to your point
non-painted.
earlier.
Absolutely.
I think I found what kind of kitchen I want.
You got your niche.
Yeah, this is it, and I never knew it existed.
Yeah.
Great.
Changing gears a little bit, can you tell us about some holiday decor, what we can incorporate into our homes and our kitchens
Sure.
this season?
Sure. So here in our arts and crafts display, we've got kind of a natural rustic theme. So you see we've put some burlap down here. We've got some very simple, you could say wood look type of candelabras with the simple cameras.
It's gorgeous.
Candles. We've got an acorn and some pine cones. So we did bling it up a little bit for the holidays because it is the holidays. How about a wreath? You could hang a wreath on a door. You got to keep it kind of simple in a kitchen because you got to work in the space.
And I love what you've done up top there too. Actually, that's right up my alley.
That's mine too.
Just a
little
few
bling over the top.
Yeah, key
very
things
pretty.
to make it really pop.
Perfect.
And really quick, I want to make sure we show off some other options. But will you show off your little find back here, Elise?
Oh
Pop
my
this
gosh.
open.
We must.
We got to show it off. I don't know if this is arts
neat
and
is
crafts or if this is just Bella Domicile. Wonderful, but how cool is that?
I'm thinking it's a
Very
drawer,
cool.
I'm pulling it out, and it just keeps going. It's so incredible.
So let's now that we've showed off our little secret, let's check out some other options. We're gonna step aside.
Okay, so here we are in a whole different setting from the arts and crafts. Tell us what this is and what you've done with the holiday bling here.
This is a very contemporary, kind of ultra contemporary display, kind of a minimalist approach. So we're looking at very simple, but we're kind of highlighting some stainless steel with a pop of color. And if you look, we just got a little stainless. So you can put any color of bulbs that you might have, or it's pretty inexpensive to go pick some new colors if you don't have something that you like. So just a very easy, simple approach to decorating in the contemporary kitchen.
Boy, that sure looks sharp. And when you say minimalist, you're not kidding. I'll tell you, my kitchen counter does not look quite like this. Great, and you said you have another example, a more traditional style?
traditional.
Let's take a look at that.
Perfect.
And so here we are in a more traditional setting. This is so much different looking again. And so tell us about this kitchen and what you've done with a little bit of holiday decoration.
Sure, we've concentrated on the reds again. We just pulled out our crystal vase, our crystal candles, little red. Got the red hurricane candle in there with some hydrangea. And these are actually cranberries
That
in the
looks
vase.
Fabulous, and it's so simple.
Absolutely.
That really looks nice.
So a little greenery and a little red makes you feel right at home at Christmas.
Right, and you had a little piece back here too.
Just some greenery with some little bit of the Christmas colors in there. So
It sure looks nice. It's a nice touch just to spruce it up. Love the red.
appreciate that.
Well, we're about out of time for today. What are we going to talk about next time?
Next time we're going to be focusing on contemporary styles and the different looks that can. Could it be ultra contemporary, kind of an Asian contemporary, what those elements might be like.
For kitchens again.
For kitchens.
All right, well, we look forward to it. Thank you,
Thanks.
Dondi. Thanks to all of our guests today, and thank you for watching Girl Talk. We'll see you next time.